Okay, guys. So I'm out. Of course, I'm in Benin. It's a beautiful restaurant, like Lieu Unique. I'll have to put it in the description. Um, in about maybe 10 minutes from the airport, and I think I just wanted to talk a little bit about trading. I don't talk much about it, and I probably should. There's a lot of people going hard on trading right now, and the thing that you have to know, I didn't just come into trading. Let me just say that. I didn't just come into trading. I've been trading for over 10 years, off and on. I was first introduced to trading, oh my gosh, my youngest son. Matter of fact, I didn't even have my youngest son, so it's been over 10 years. And of course, going through my spiritual journey and the evolution of things, having to come to terms with money is big. And so, as a trader, a lot of the traders out here, they talk a lot about the psychology. They talk a lot about being with, oh, look at your food. It's nice. They talk a lot about um, the psychology of trading and the money. You see a lot of the wins and even some of the losses, some of the comics that are out there with trading. But as black people, as um, diasporans, we have to deal with worthiness, and we have to deal with uh, being okay with winning. We have to deal with our greed. There's a lot of mental that goes into being a successful trader. It's more than just the technical analysis. It's more than just learning the charts and learning what to do. Okay, so here's what I want you to know, especially in the beginning when you're starting out as a trader. Keep a cash flow, okay? Meaning, however you are paying your bills, you need to continue to keep that cash flow source. Think of building yourself as a trader no different than building a business. Okay. In my courses, I teach when you are building your business, you always pair yourself, you have to pair or tether yourself with someone who's connected to cash flow. So in the community, you will have someone who has a regular 9 to 5. Maybe there's 2 people, maybe even 3 people who have a 9 to 5 job, right? Just a regular source of income, cash flow that helps to pay the regular bills. This is necessary, right? Because you, as a trader, your trading is a business. You need to look at yourself as a business owner. You need to name your trading business. Okay. Um, and this is more than just tax purposes. From a spiritual perspective, you need to start to create that identity. Okay. Create that trading identity. Okay. And so, in thinking of yourself as a business, in starting a new business, you're not going to be profitable. You don't expect yourself to be profitable right away. You give yourself time. You need to give yourself that same time with trading. Now, depending on the type of trader you are, you may be profitable within 3 months. You may be profitable within 6 months. You may be profitable within 1 year. It may be 6 years. It all depends on you, your discipline, and your strategies. How long it takes you to find your rhythm in the market. It's not because of a lack of money. It's not because of a lack of opportunity. Because every day the market is open, there's an opportunity out there. Somebody is on the other end of the trade making money. Okay? So we can't say that. It's you. This is a personal journey. And so make sure, number one, you keep a different source for paying your bills. Now, for some people, they would be like, well, I wanted to get into trading so that I could take care of myself and be self sustaining. Yes, you will get there, but not immediately. Yes, you will get there, but not immediately. So if your mortgage needs to be paid, I don't want you trading trying to pay the mortgage. Not going to do it. It's going to cause you to be too emotional. You're going to be way too vested. You're going to make mistakes. You're not going to be able to react based on logic. There's too much of a learning curve. You don't even know who you are yet as a trader to be able to do that. So if the rent needs to be paid, baby needs some shoes, mama needs a house, what you gonna do? You gonna have to hustle, but that's separate than your trading business. Understand me? Um, so don't come into trading with that mindset, because it takes time to be profitable. Number two, right? Number one was cash flow source, keeping a cash flow source, right? Whether that's your 9 to 5, whether that's your spouse's paycheck, whether that's, you know, if you're in a community setting, that's the other people in the community pitching in to pay the bills in the house and giving you time to build your business and build yourself up. However you do it, you need a way to be stable and comfortable. You cannot be in fight or flight mode worried about where your next meal is going to come from if you don't take a good trade. Okay, so number two, that's number one. I'm hammered in hard on number one. Okay, so the second thing that we need to focus on after you stabilize yourself with your bills and your life, right? And the way you're going to support yourself, you need to go into trading with the mindset focusing on learning a technical skill and not focusing on the money. And that's really hard to do in the beginning, right? When you have the news talking about, the big short that just happened, when Trump even mentions China and tariffs and what it did to Bitcoin the other day, right? It's very hard when you see people showing, their $4 million P&L all over the place. It, everything is bling, 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 money, money, money. That's not where you are. No, that's not where you are. Just understand and know in your mind, that's not where I am. I'm going to get there, but I'm not there yet. Okay? Have some humility and be patient with yourself. In the beginning, what are you supposed to be focused on? Learning the skill. You should be trying to see how many points you can get out of the market. You can be trying to see how many setups that you can do without changing your strategy, right? How many patterns can you identify? How many strategies using your one strategy? How many setups can you identify and they work, right? You have to work on the technical, okay? Because if you get your technical down, it's just a matter of scaling, right? The money will definitely come. There are lessons to be learned in just getting the technical down. So again, P&L doesn't matter. Of course it matters at the end of the day, right? Are you red? Are you green? How much money did you take out of the market? Of course all of that matters. But what I'm saying is that that should not justify whether or not you're a good trader. Okay. Your risk to reward ratio. Okay. Um, those are things that should justify if you are a good trader. Okay. Your win to loss ratio. Those are things that justify whether or not you are a good trader. Okay, these are statistics and analytics. How many points are you able to get out of the market? Okay, do how many times do you deviate from your strategy? Okay, you need to know, am I an impulse trader? What is it about my trading style that needs to be modified? Okay. What is it about my trading style that needs to be modified? Understand your own psychology. Being a trader is definitely an egoist game. It's definitely for the person who wants to focus on self-preservation and focus on raising their quality as a human being. Understand that if you're attracted to trading because you're attracted to the money, if you're attracted to trading because you're attracted to the freedom, understand the money and the freedom are just byproducts of having good character. Let me say that again. The money and the freedom are byproducts of having good character. And by good character, the measure in which I'm using to justify good is being able to uh, master your rules, master your emotions, and keep your psychology straight, keep your mind straight. Okay, the money and the freedom are just byproducts of that. You know, being able to travel as you want to, being able to take care of your mother's bills, and your make sure the children are okay, and make sure that projects that you want to work on are being satisfied, you know, buying that whatever kind of car you want. All of that is just a byproduct. All of that is a byproduct of you being disciplined, you being focused, and you mastering self. Okay, so let's start with that first. Understand to start with that first. It is going to be, this journey is the evolution of you. This journey is the evolution of you. Okay, you need to know that. If you weren't expecting that, get a resume. Right? If you weren't expecting that, if that's not something you want to do, you know, there's always jobs on LinkedIn, right? If that's not something you want to do, you can always be a drop shipper or open up a different type of business or do something else. You don't have to be a trader. There's other ways, even remote online, there's other ways to make money. You don't have to be a trader. But if you want to be a trader and you want to be successful, you will have to evolve. Your character will evolve. This is very much spiritual. You know, people ask me a lot, you know, how can you go from being a priest to being a trader? Doesn't that seem like, you know, um, conflicting? And it's like, you obviously don't know what it takes to be a trader. You have to work on your character to the highest level to be a successful trader, for sure. And it's not trading out one for the other. It's a level of refinement that only few people uh, have been able to master. And so my goal is to have a level of self mastery that sets me apart of the elites. Not because I want all the money and the freedom. Those will come. Again, it's byproduct. Me, it's because, of course, I'm on my spiritual journey. And however this journey of life motivates me to reform and raise my quality, I will. Right? When I was younger, maybe it was my children that motivated me. Maybe, being a good mom or being a role model to them or being a good sibling or a good daughter maybe motivated me, or being a good wife, you know. Now, yeah, being a good trader, I'm always asking myself, what qualities does trading have me working on now? And so you need to know that those two things are gems that I'll leave you with in this video. Number one, stabilize your survival and your income with a cash flow source that's outside of trading. Whether you keep your 9 to 5, whether that's your spouse, whatever that is. Number one, keep that. Number two, um, go into trading, especially in the beginning. Go into it with a mindset of mastery, mastering the technical, mastering self. Okay. All right. I'm going to look in this menu and see what they have. Until next video, be well.